everyone. Welcome back to another great episode of Fireside Chat. First of all, I want to thank you so much for all your kind comments about how you enjoy the Fireside Chats. But I got to tell you, I enjoy them more than you because I enjoy doing them for you and for everyone here at St. Anthony's. Well, I really want to tell you what's so important about this Fireside Chat. You know, October has a lot of saints and a lot of wonderful things that go on. Let me give you some examples. The Feast of St. Francis, Guardian Angels, the Feast of St. Teresa, Our Lady of the Rosary, the month of the Rosary. But you know what's so special about October? It is Respect Life Month. Respecting life from conception to natural death. That's the church teachings, and that's what's happened here all month so far at St. Anthony's. We've had a great Respect Life Month. It all started with our freshmen and sophomores meeting the Culture Project. These are young Catholic men and women, college age and just a little older, who have given 2 or 3 years of their life to go throughout the country speaking about human dignity and sexual identity. It was incredible to hear their stories. Our students were just mesmerized by their frankness, by their realness. These were genuine people. They were not put-ons. These were real people who spoke to them about human dignity and how we're all worth something in God's eyes, how we're all loved. So our freshmen and sophomores were treated to such a special group. That Culture Project goes throughout the country, and they left us going on to different parts of the country. San Antonio, Texas, San Diego, California. They were going to Philadelphia, so many places to spread the word, just like St. Francis told us. Well, that was soon followed by the junior class having a great presentation by Jackie Stewart, a pro-life speaker. She spoke about the beginnings of life from conception to the ending of life by natural death. And she blended science and theology together and showed how they are joined together, how science agrees with church teachings. It was amazing to hear. You know, later that day, I had the opportunity of going to the volleyball games, which, by the way, were incredible. Just incredible. But you know what was special at that volleyball game? There was a parent there who had her basically newborn baby in the stands. And there were grandparents who were watching the baby during the game. Everybody's eyes were focused not just on volleyball, but on the birth of that child. How that child brought so many people together. How life, the birth of a child, a little baby, could bring that entire bleacher together. I was so inspired, and it made me think of what I heard all day from Jackie Stewart, from Mrs. Laura DeMonico, from Dr. Mark Capodanno, in all of the speeches that I heard that day in the medical lab, in watching our students interact with questions. Right in front of me was the example of God's greatest gift, the gift of life, creation, right in front of me. It was amazing. A day or so later, we had these wonderful speakers. Mrs. Cook in our social studies department brought to us first responders from 9/11. These were police and firemen who told us what went on that day and how they responded. And you know what was so special about that? Those responders knew some of our students' parents and grandparents who were affected that day on 9/11. One of those speakers touched my heart when he said, you know, 9/11 was a so special as 9/12 was, because that's when America came together. And he told all of us to live life to the fullest and enjoy every moment of our life, because it's a gift from God. I was so impressed with all of that. Well, unfortunately, I had some sad news happen during Respect Life Month. One of our brothers, Brother Lawrence Larman, who taught at St. Anthony's High School in Smithtown, who taught at St. Joseph's School in Babylon, who was faith formation director of some parishes in Queens, and who also taught in the beginning years here of St. Anthony's when it moved to South Huntington, died. His funeral was beautiful. Brother Lawrence's impact on so many people was so inspiring that I thought I would tell you about the impact people have had on my life. So I want to show you some pictures and tell you some stories. Forgive me for standing up, but I want you to see these very clearly. I want to start with my mom and dad. I'm an only child. I'm blessed to be an only child because I had all of their love all the time. My mom and dad were not rich people financially. They were rich people in the way they gave of their life to so many people. My dad was a custodian. My mom was a seamstress and later became the executive director of housekeeping at Beth Israel Hospital. They spent their life in service to the church and to their neighbors. My vocation came from them. Their example of what it was to be a young Catholic who then married and had children was so inspiring to me that I knew I had to remain strong in my faith. So thank you, Mom and Dad. Love you. I speak to them every morning when I get up and I ask them for help. You know who else inspired me a lot? These women here. They're my grade school teachers, the Sisters of Charity of New York. I love them tremendously. My vocation, I knew I wanted to be a school teacher and a religious because of these women. I wanted to sit and teach children like they did. They were there before school, after school, at every cat and dog fight in the school to be a part of the child's life. That's what I wanted to do. And because of them, I'm a religious today. You know, I mentioned last time, I'm a religious of the Franciscan order because of Brother Joshua. But these women here started it all off with my mom and dad. There are some other people on my bookshelves here I want you to meet. These are some of the people from my former place, Notre Dame High School. I was there 20 years. These secretaries, Miss Strohmeyer, the campus minister, Mr. and Mrs. Worley and their children. Mr. Worley was one of my assistant principals. Mrs. Worley was the freshman class advisor. And their children, Adam and Ellie, their inspiration for me to keep on going as a principal was incredible. Their devotion. These secretaries were incredible. Bonnie, Joanne, Jean, Tammy, Carla. Sarah Strohmeyer, the campus minister. These people made me understand that the laity were a force in this church, a force that can make mountains move. You know, if you looked all around my office, you will see pictures of students, faculty, my family, and friends who've made me who I am today. I'm so grateful because they made me understand that life is worth living and life is to be respected at all times. Life is so precious and so sacred that the month of October, everything stops to respect life. It's homecoming week at St. Anthony's. Are you ready? Look at me. I'm ready. So much is going on. It's Spirit Week. There's color wars. There's dress downs. The pep rally is Friday. It's going to be awesome. So many people are coming. The gym will be packed. All the teams. Big game against Monsignor Farrell. Big giant crowds.